I just finished perhaps one of the greatest live streams of my YouTube career. Go watch it. It's like 3 hours, but it's completely worth it. We were talking about the Charlie Kirk tragedy and all the latest details of his assassination. But there's one thing that I told you that I needed to record right now before going to bed, and it's the insidious way that the left are trying to spin the narrative of the alleged shooter and his boyfriend, his furry boyfriend. And, well, let's say that it's way more disturbing than you can imagine. Let's watch this.
There are people who are trying to pigeonhole this as a leftist thing and a right thing. And what we're really talking about, hear me because I'm going to throw you when I say this. We're talking about a love-torn child, a kid. This is probably his first real relationship. And somebody was disparaging the person that he loved. He sat on that building for 30 minutes before he took the shot. Why did he wait until the first word trans came up? Then he took the shot.
You think he heard it? He could hear it?
I think he could hear it. I think he also, I don't believe he was motivated politically. I think this was motivated emotionally. I think this was a emotionally stunted person who literally, when I say it this way, just hear me, tried to defend his significant other.
You see what they are trying to do, right? You saw Scott Jennings just leaning back and saying, what the hell are these people talking about? What are you trying to spin this way? You tried to say that it was MAGA, it was a conservative, it comes from a Mormon family. Yeah, they're full MAGA, so MAGA on MAGA violence. Then when they realize they couldn't keep pushing that narrative, they are, well, getting a bit more creative with the options. And, well, that is not all. It becomes even worse. New ABC reporter Matt Goodman apologizes for his gushing review of Tyler Robinson's touching messages with his transgender lover. You know, those messages that were so robotic, like written by ChatGPT? Well, those messages. It was very touching in a way. No, we have to watch this.
We have seen an alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it, but also it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship between the suspect's roommate and the suspect himself, with him repeatedly calling his roommate, who is transitioning, calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his partner. So a very interesting and, as Pierre said, riveting press.
You notice that? You notice the narrative. This is a love story, perhaps the worst love story that it's like Romeo and Julian for some reason. But this guy had to apologize. Yesterday I tried to underscore the jarring contrast between this cold-blooded assassination of Charlie Kirk, a man who dedicated his life to public dialogue, and the personal disturbing texts read aloud by the Utah County attorney at the press conference. I deeply regret that my words did not make that clear. 3 hours live. Let there be zero doubt here. I unequivocally condemn this horrific crime and the pain it caused Charlie Kirk's family, those who were forced to witness it at UVU, and the millions of people he inspired. Yeah, this is how they are trying to spin this narrative, and not to mention, I did not click on this. Alleged Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson played furry corn video games online. Not going to elaborate on this. But this was my face when I realized that they really wanted to go this route. Let's try to watch this. I just a love story. He killed in the name of love. Can't you see he was this boy? And most likely in that conservative, so dry of love house that was only about guns and violence and all that. No, he was deprived of love. And he found love in this Discord challenge in which he could, well, also play video games of anthropomorphic animals doing stuff. And, well, he was so in love with his partner or boyfriend or whatever that he said, I am going to kill Charlie Kirk for you. And yeah, there are people writing fan fiction, romantic fan fiction about this as we speak, as I'm recording this video. How bad can they get? We were talking about the decay of society. We were talking about okay, I can understand somebody that is so deranged. Say, I'm gonna grab a gun to, be, be cool with the group, right? With my online chat group. There are other ways to look cool in front of your group instead of just killing people, all right, publicly. But now they want to make it seem that they want to wash all the evil away. Fortunately, they have been called out on that. I said, don't you dare pretend that this is a problem. This is an emotional problem. No, this is a mental illness problem. And the mental illness comes precisely because of the way they are programmed on those chats on Discord. Discord who lied that they say that nothing has been planned on this. And so many people, more than 20. Let's see. I want to see Kash Patel come forward and have all the information out there of the 100, I don't know, way more than 20, I assume that it's 100 that are involved in this love story. This was just cut short because the backlash was so bad. And they said, oh, you know what? Maybe we will stay with the narrative that, it's part of transgender blood promise, crossing your chest and stuff, and nothing more. But this is the extent. This is what the Democrat Party, this is what the progressives, this is what the liberals will do if you allow them to. They will rewrite history. They will retcon the narrative. They will adjust everything. And that's what Jimmy Kimmel tried to do with his show, saying that it was MAGA on MAGA violence. And it was obvious to everybody at that moment. And that's why he is about to get sacked by the FCC. Because he said something that was a blatant lie, he knew was a lie, and that can indeed create more violence. Because that is the problem right now. You have the absolute right to say something hateful. But the problem is the consequences. And all these crybabies on the left are afraid of losing their jobs, are crying over losing their jobs. Oh, it was some worse. What is happening? One thing is, you can say that you despise Charlie Kirk, and you can say that Charlie Kirk is a racist, and you can say that Charlie Kirk is a misogynist, or I don't know, other ists. You can say that. You are free to say it. But maybe when you express your ideas in a way that you're basically demonstrating, exposing yourself as a bad person in front of millions, then maybe the people who employ you don't want to have anything to do with you. That they have the right to do it. And if you incite violence towards a person or towards a group, say, we need to do the same to Charlie Kirk's wife and children, then yes, you should be punished. You should be prosecuted. No. One thing is having an opinion. Your opinion is protected. You can say it. Nobody has been canceled from any social media for celebrating Charlie Kirk's death? Nobody. You have been fired because some people have morals, and private businesses have the right to say, you know what, we don't want you here tomorrow. They have that right. They are exercising that right, and you are facing the consequences of what you said. So I think that it's tragic that Charlie Kirk died, but we are noticing that the left is realizing that consequences are a thing, and responsibility, growing up, maturing, means that you know that you must face those consequences and act accordingly, like an adult. I think that seems to be like out of their understanding. But I'm confident that they are understanding pretty quickly, even if they are still some crybaby saying that, oh no, you cannot treat us like that. Why? You know how it is. They are the ones who have the monopoly of cancel culture. But again, I would love to know, what do you think of this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Battle Language Guy. Much love and bliss.